Alright, what's going on YouTube? Hopefully my mic is working. It looks like it is. Okay. So, we're back. We're going to do a video real quick. And I'm going to make a case. You know, a lot of people talk about AM3. I don't have the arm speed to throw distance drivers. And they're probably right. We're going to test it out. I have a little bit of tailwind right now. I wasn't worried about that. This basket's one I can't really reach. It says 293, but I can chuck it as hard as I can, and I don't think I've ever reached it. So we're going to try it. We're going to throw putters, mid-ranges, fairway drivers, and distance drivers, and we're going to see where they land, because I'm curious. And then I'm going to make my case of why I throw distance drivers, even though it's not for the distance potential. We're going to start with the glitches, because I love glitches. That's a good glitch. Yeah, see, I can't call, like, I don't throw that far. Especially today. I don't know why. Maybe there's a twinge in my back. I'm getting old. Let's see the other one. A little farther. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm throwing those pretty close to as hard as I can. And they are not getting anywhere near where I want to. Let me get into my bag for my other putters. Sorry. Here we go. I got my putters now, my pixels. I've got Lunas. And the case I'm going to make is, maybe it's not the distance driver or the fairway driver. It is the feel and the stability we should be thinking about. So here are my pixels. You can tell one's more beat up than the other. Yeah. Not bad actually for that pixel. That wind is trying to blow over my new tripod. Stay. Okay, other one. I just dropped it, killed it. Okay. Not great. But kind of what I expected. We're going to step up to Lunas. Okay. We're pretty much going to throw them all these discs, and then talk about it. So you guys will see a bunch of throws. There we go. That's a Luna throw, I know. I bagged that one. I love that one. It's one of my favorite Lunas. Other one. A little more height. Now, mind you, they're not all taking the same flight, but I am trying my best to get them kind of close to the same flight so I can make this argument. Oh, I think what's next did I put in my bag? I didn't put any mid-ranges in my bag. Okay, that's fine. We'll do more fairways and drivers anyway. So we'll start with my really flippy fairways. And then we'll get into my flippy driver, or fairway, or distance drivers for this argument. So I have a Sail and a really beat up Maverick. And then I have a Melverick. These are kind of my flippy ones. We're going to see what they fly like. And then I'm going to throw my Hades, which are kind of my bread and butter. I bagged 4 of them, so. That's the most stable of the bunch. It actually got some distance. That tailwind's helping me. We'll go next stability. I'm not really worried about where the pin is right now, I'm worried about the distance potential. Ooh, get some cat. Okay. Yeah, kind of killed it. And this is normally my roller disc, but I think I can actually not roller it if I throw it right. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. But you see, that's still short. It doesn't look short from here, but I know because I played it, it's short. Let's get to my distance drivers. I have 4 of them. And actually, yeah, we are going to do that. So, I'm going to leave that for the more stable one. So, I have 3 of them. And 4, I don't have a Raider for the Felon area. So, we're going to use a Zenith. Okay? Because my Zenith is basically my Felon longer. I do have a Raider in the bag, but I'd hardly ever throw it. Okay. Flippy. Way stable. And nowhere. Way too much hyzer. Felt better. Still, no distance. Tie my shoe. I wonder what's going to be the difference. Finally, kind of a good rip. And still not where I want. Not looking good, huh? Okay. Next, we have my kind of next step up, which is my evaders. I'm going to use my Grace and this Big Z Hades as my kind of comparable, because this does not fly like a regular Hades. And I need to learn how to tie a shoe, apparently, or get new laces. Probably get new laces. We're going to start with throwing these 2 evaders, and then we'll throw these. And we're going to kind of throw these flat, because we're bumping up in stability, so. Stupid tree. Stay, baby. Nope. Horrible. Probably the shortest one yet. And now, the distance drivers. We'll go kind of stability-wise. These 2 are kind of interchangeable. This one's been beat to crap. We'll go to Hades. Or flat. No distance at all today. Oh, grip lock. Good distance. Kind of wrong direction. I also did just play around today, so I might be a little tired. But we're not using that as an excuse. I'm grip locking those, but those aren't bad. And now into the stable stuff. Felons and Zeniths. Normally, these are my forehand discs. I think for this comparison, we'll throw them forehand. We'll start with the Felons. More newer one. Spike. Yeah. Beefy boys. Less beefy. Cut through the wind. Stable, baby. Now you might notice something about that. Some of them, terrible shots. But I'm more consistent with my distance drivers. And we're going to see what I actually get in distance-wise difference. I don't think it's all that much. It might be 20 feet. Okay? Putters, a little bit different, I think. We're going to go see. I got a few extra holes I can play as well here. Just to kind of see what I thought. In fact, I probably play that one next. But I'm going to get U-Disc out. I'm going to get the measuring out. I can't film and do it. I'm going to try to write down what every one of them was, okay? Let's see. Okay. So, I'll put in the comments probably something like right here, all the discs and what they did. Okay? I was going to do another round of this, but I realized I have to get my son from daycare. That took way longer than I meant to take. But the takeaway, my farthest throw was the pink, I'm going to call it neutral, Hades. It was not the pink overstable Big Z. My next one to that, aside from a forehand, was the Sail at 284. I think we get so focused on the speed of the disc, and yes, it does matter. If I'm only throwing 300 feet, I have no reason to throw fairway drivers. And again, I could blame the wind. I could blame I'm tired. I could blame a lot of different things. But that's here nor there. What I want to say is, I think we get so focused on how far we throw. It's what disc is the line that we need. If you watch every shot that I threw, now I threw them pretty quickly, but I tried to do the same angle on every single one of them. And I did not do so. And different ones had different lines and different shapes. And that's what matters. I threw my glitch, my green glitch, like 245. I threw my putters 244. I threw one of Vader like 236. So I think we get so focused on distance and how far we throw, we forget what is the shot that we're throwing. And that is the whole point of this video, was your distance matters to a degree. It is, can you hit your line? In fact, I got a buddy that I play with today. I outthrow him probably by, I don't know, 60 feet, which is not very far. Again, I'm 300 feet. 240 is probably his max, 250 maybe. But I outthrow him. We just played a technical course, Mary Jane Thurston, where I shot 4 down and 3 down at a tournament as of late. My last tournament. In fact, my next one's at Vienna, but that's in 2 weeks. But anyway, that's here nor there. We tied the score. Why did we tie the score? I kept going in the woods. He did not. We tied it 2 over, which is not too bad of a score. Again, it's not what I shot and what I can shoot, but my point is, distance doesn't matter if you cannot hit your line. So stop worrying about your distance. Yes, if you want to get farther distance, there are things that we can work on. Enjoy the game. throw what you have, throw the shot, throw the disc for the shot that you are throwing when it matters. If you're out here like this, throw whatever you want. All right? Keep that in mind. I hope I helped somebody. I know this realization has finally helped me because I used to really struggle with throwing distance drivers. I loved them, but I don't really have a reason for them, except for I like the feel, and a lot of times they're the disc that I feel most confident with. Again, keep that in mind. Food for thought. Hope that helps. Peace.